Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Chris here from It's All About MTG. Today we're going to be talking about my Gruul eldrazi deck. So for the commander, we've got Raggadragga, Goreguts Boss. It's 2, 1 red and 1 green. It's a human boar. Each creature you control with a mana ability gets +2/+2. Whenever a creature you control with a mana ability attacks, untap it. Whenever you cast a spell, if at least 7 mana was spent to cast it, untap target creature, it gets 7/7 and gains trample until end of turn. It's a 4/4. Very nice card. A lot of it revolves around little mana creatures that help bring out bigger eldrazi creatures. Right, next one is, you've got Blisterpod. It has Devoid, so it has no colour. It's 1 green. When Blisterpod dies, put a 1/1 colourless eldrazi scoring creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this creature, add 1 to your mana pool. It's only a 1/1, but these little bad boys you can use to boost up your mana, to bring out your bigger eldrazi beasts that you will see in this deck review. So you've got Ovenwald Captives, a 1 and 1 green. It's a werewolf horror. It has Defender. Tap, add green to your mana pool. You have its second ability is pay 5 and 2 green. Transform Ovenwald Captive from a 1/2 to a 4/6. Let's see what it transforms into. So its transformation is Ovenwald Abomination. It's an Eldrazi werewolf. Damn, that's nice. So when it transforms, you can tap it and add 2 colours to your mana pool, and it's a 4/6. It's a very nice card. Definitely if you can get it to transform. Next one is for 2 mana. It's a 1 and 1 green. It's Eldrazi Drone. So when Nest Invader enters the battlefield, put a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi Swarm creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this creature, add 1 to your mana pool. Nice little 2/2 creatures, but with Raggadragga, they will get +2/+2, so that'd be a 4/4. Nice way to do a little bit of damage, start a game, boost your creatures up. You've got Scoin Summoner. It's 2 and 1 green. It's Eldrazi Drone. This again has Devoid, so it has no colour. When Scoin Summoner enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 colourless Eldrazi Scoin creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this creature, add colours to your mana pool. Then again, it's 2/2. With its commander, it becomes a 4/4. Very nice. Jahara, Friend of the Forest, is 2 and 1 green. It's human elf druid. So tokens you control, it's basically all my little scoring tokens, add 1 green mana pool, and you can choose a background as well. Nice little creature. It's a 2/3, so that's still good. You've got Void Attendant. It's a 2 and 1 green. This one has the Void again. Its ability is 1 and 1 green. Put a card an opponent owns from exile into a player's graveyard. Put a 1/1 colourless Eldrazi Scoring creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice to add 1 to your mana pool. Nice little 2/3 there. Another way to produce mana with a little Scoin. That one down there. Vile Aggregate. That's a 2 and 1 red. It's got Devoid again. Vile Aggregate's power is equal to the number of colourless creatures you control. Very nice. Nice way to bump it up. Do quite a lot of damage with this one. It also has Trample and Ingest. Ingest is a really interesting one. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top card of his or her library. Goes very nice with its first ability. Very nice. Right, you have Vile Redeemer. This again is a Eldrazi for 2 and 1 green. Devoid, Flash. So if you need to play it pretty quick, you can use its Flash ability. Just bump it onto the battlefield. When you cast Vile Redeemer, you may pay 1 colourless. If you do, put a 1/1 colourless Eldrazi Scoring creature token onto the battlefield. For each non-token creature you died under your control this turn. Nice. Those tokens have sacrificed this creature, add colours to your mana pool. So it's a good way to bump loads of little scoring creature tokens onto the battlefield. Kozilek's Predator. It's a 3/1 green eldrazi drone. When the Kozilek's Predator enters the battlefield, create 2/0/1 color spawn creature tokens. They have sacrifice, add colors to mana pool, so 3/3. So you've got the gist of this deck so far. It's pumping lots of little creatures out to give you more mana. Warden of Geometries is a 4 to cast. Has Vigilance. It's a very nice ability to have. So you can attack. It doesn't tap, so then you can use it to block as well if you wanted to. Tap it to add 1 colourless to your mana pool. Very nice. It's a 2/3. All these get bumped up because of his commander. Beast Whisperer is 2 and 2 green. Elf Druid. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. Very nice card to have if you are lacking maybe lands or creature cards that you're after. You can cast a creature to draw a card. It's a 2/3 creature. Eyeless Watcher. Is another eldrazi drone for 3/1 green. This one has the Void. When Eyeless Watcher enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 colourless eldrazi scoring creature tokens with add 1 to your mana pool when you sacrifice it. It's a 1/1, so some more mana bumping abilities there. Kozilek's Channeler is 5 to cast, but this creature gives you 2 colours to your mana pool when you tap it. Very nice. It's a 4/4. You got Emrakul's Hatcher. It's a 4/1 red to cast. It's an eldrazi drone. When Emrakul's Hatcher enters the battlefield, put 3 nice 0/1 creature colourless eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have sacrificed this creature, add 1 to your mana pool. This is a 3/3 creature as well. You've got Blight Herder. This time is 5 mana eldrazi Processor. When you cast Blight Herder, you may put 2 cards your opponents own from exile onto their graveyards. If you do, put 3 colourless eldrazi creatures tokens onto the battlefield. Nice. 4/5 as well. Can't argue with that. So next card we have in my eldrazi deck, Endbringer. It's 5 and 1 colourless. So basically 6 colourless. So eldrazi, untap Endbringer during each other player's untap step. Nice. So this creature has 3 abilities. It has tap, Endbringer deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Pay 1 colourless, tap it, target creature can't attack or block this turn. And 2 colourless to draw a card. It's a 5/5 as well. So basically any little 1/1 creatures, tap, bang, dead. Target creature can't attack or block. Interesting ability. So if you're attacking and someone tries to block with it, you can, with a different creature, you can tap this one to make it not block. And then you can draw 2 cards, you're paying 2 colours. Each opponent's untap step. So that's a good card to have to keep using its ability. You've got Conduit of Ruin, 6 colourless mana. As eldrazi, when you cast Conduit of Ruin, you may search your library for a colourless creature card with converted mana 7 or greater. Reveal it, then shuffle your library and put a card on top of it. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs less to cast. It's a 5/5. So it's a nice card when it comes into play. You can search for a big eldrazi beastie. Obviously, there's quite a few in here. The first creature spell you cast each turn, it costs 2 less to cast. Nice way to bring the mana down. You've got Rampaging Belofs. It's 4 and 2 greens. Creature beast. This one has trample. Also, its passive ability is landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. Oh, very nice. It's a 6/6. So basically, whenever land comes in, you just pump out loads of 4/4 beasts, either to attack with or just use cannon fodder. Brood Monitor, eldrazi drone. It's got the Void. It's got 4 and 2 green to cast. When Brood Monitor enters the battlefield, put 3 1/1 colourless eldrazi scoring creature tokens. So basically you've got extra mana or little creatures to attack with that bumps up to a 3/3 each one if your commander's on the battlefield. And this one's a 3/3 as well. Ooh. Ujin and Ineffable is 6 to cast. It's a legendary planeswalker. Colourless spells you cast, costs 2 less to cast. Very nice card to have to bring your mana cost down for your Eldrazi's. Definitely going to need it. Your +1 loyalty is exile the top card of your library, face down, and look at it. Create a 2/2 color spirit creature token when you do this. When that token leaves the battlefield, put the exile card into your hand. Nice dual card ability, and to create a colors 2/2 spirit creature. -3 to destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Nice little bit of spot removal there if you need that sort of thing. It's 4 loyalty to start with. You've got Earthing Hulk. It's 6 and 1 green to cast. It's Eldrazi drone with Devoid. When Birthing Hole enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 colors Eldrazi scoring creature tokens onto the battlefield. So yeah, never 2 scorings. That's gonna give you some mana if you decide to sacrifice it. Pay 2 colorless to regenerate this card. It's a 5/4. Nice ability to have, just in case someone tries to target it or kill it. Bane of Bala Ged. 7 mana to cast, quite high casting, but with some of these cards in here, like Urgin will chuck my cards everywhere. Urgin will bring that down, so it's only a 5 to cast. It's a nice card to have. When Bane of Ballad Ged attacks, defender player exiles 2 permanents he or she controls. Ooh, it's a 7/5. So every time it attacks, target defending player exiles 2 cards. So every turn you attack on your combat phase, they're exiling 2 cards. Very nice card to have if you want to get rid of some of their cards. Deceiver of Form. 6 +1 colors to cast. Eldrazi, so everyone represents colorless mana. At the beginning of combat on your turn, reveal the top card of your library. If a creature card is revealed this way, you may have creatures you control other than Deceiver of Form become copies of that card until the end of the turn. You may put that card onto the bottom of your library. Nice. That's interesting ability. 8/8 creature. Big ass creature that can possibly come out for 6 mana, 5 mana. You got the World Breaker, 6 colors and 1 green. It also has Devoid. When you cast World Breaker, exile target artifact, enchantment, or land. It has Reach, good for those pesky flying creatures that people keep attacking you with. If you pay 2 and 1 colorless, sacrifice a land, return World Breaker to your graveyard, from your graveyard to your hand. It's a 5/7. Very nice. Here we got the bigger Eldrazi beasties here. 8 cast is Eldrazi Devastator. It has to trample. Basically, it's 8/9 big ass beast that can trample through your enemy's creatures, do quite a bit of damage. Here we've got Breaker of Armies. It's 8 to cast. Eldrazi creature. All creatures able to block Breaker of Armies do so. So it's a 10/8. So if your opponent has quite a few creatures, so say 2 or 3 that are like 3/3s, 2/2s, and they all block him, you're going to wipe them out pretty easy. Maybe not so if they've got bigger creatures like 6/6, 7/7. You may take 1 or 2 of them out, not too many. Mockery of Nature. It's 9 to cast. So Eldrazi piece has Emerge 7 +1 green. That means you can cast this spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the merge cost, reduced by the creature's converted mana cost. When you cast Mockery of Nature, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment. Ooh, it's a 6/5. So basically, if you cast it, you can just spot move on an artifact or enchantment there. Artisan of Kozilek. That's the one. 9 to cast is Eldrazi. When you cast Artisan of Kozilek, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it also has Annihilator 2. Annihilator means whenever this creature attacks, defending player sacrifices that many permanents. So this one's Annihilator 2, so your opponent will sacrifice 2 permanents when it attacks. Same with Annihilator 3 will be 3 permanents, 4 permanents, so on. You've got Decimator of the Provinces, 10 mana to cast, Eldrazi Boar. It also has Emerge 6+3 green. When you cast Decimator of the Provinces, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. This creature also has Trample or Haste. It's a 7/7. Pretty badass creature to attack with. Spawnstar of Ogmog as Annihilator 1. It's 10 to cast. Very nice. If you pay 4, you put 2 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield. And if you pay 20, cast any number of Eldrazi cards you own from outside the game without paying their mana cost. Ooh, that's pretty evil, that one. I've not been able to get him out and use him yet. Hopefully, in future games, I can cast him, use that ability. Desolation Twin is 10 to cast. It's Eldrazi. When you cast Desolation Twin, put a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token onto the battlefield. So basically, when you cast this creature, you're casting for 10, but you get 2 creatures, 2 10/10s. That's pretty evil. Nice for blocking, even if attacking. Not many creatures are going to stand up to that. Ogmog, the Infinite Gyre, one of my favourite cards. It's a legendary creature Eldrazi. When you cast this spell, destroy target permanent. Ooh, it's indestructible. Cannot be destroyed. Has Annihilator 4, so you can get rid of 4 permanents every time it attacks. When Ogmog, the Infinite Gyre, is put into a graveyard from anywhere, its owner shuffles their graveyard into their library. Ooh, very nice. If you've got quite a few cards in the library, in your graveyard that you want back in your library, so you can either search for them or draw them again to use them, this is a good card to use. It's a 10/10 as well. You've got Pathrazor of Ogmog. It's 11 to cast. Creature Eldrazi, Annihilator 3. As when it attacks, defending player sacrifices 3 permanents. Panzer of Ogmog can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. That's handy to have. It's a 9/9 creature. Last of the creatures here, guys. This one is It That Betrays. It's 12 big ass mana to cast. Annihilator 2. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Wow, that's epic. It's the 11/11 creature as well. Nice. Right, now on this part of the deck, guys, we're going into enchantments, artifacts, spells, and instants. So the first one we're going to start off with is Goreguts Uprising. It's 2 to cast and 1 green. When Goreguts Uprising enters the battlefield, if you control a creature of power 4 or more, 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample, very nice to have. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Nice draw card abilities there. Get some of the cards that you're looking for. Awakening Zone. 2 and 1 green to cast is enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn. Ooh, nice. So every upkeep you can get to create one to give you some more mana or to attack with if you wish. Have alternate art form of Stone's Speaker Crystal, 4 to cast. You can add 2 colors to your mana pool, or you can pay 2 to tap it. Sacrifice Stone Speaker Crystal, exile any number of target players' graveyards to draw a card. Interesting ability, very cool. Rhythm of the Wild, it's 1 red, 1 green to cast. Enchantment, creature spells you control can't be countered. A very, very handy card to have if you're playing against a blue deck. Non-token creatures you control have Riot. That means they enter the battlefield with your choice of a 1/1 counter or haste. Very good. Oh, nice card to have in any deck or any green deck. Harmonize is 2+2 green. Basically draw 3 cards. You got Schematic Revelation. It's 3 and 2 green to cast as sorcery. Draw a card for each creature you control. Ferocious. You gain 4 life for each creature you control with 4 or greater. Nice draw ability card. And nice life gain as well. Oh, Vandal Blast. 1 to cast. Destroy target artifacts you don't control. If you play it for the overload cost for 4 and 1 red, you change the text from target to each artifact you don't control. Very handy to have. You playing an artifact deck. Ashmod's Altar, interesting card. Recently I added this in. It's 3 to cast. Every time you sacrifice a creature, so when you're sacrificing your drones for mana, you get to add an extra 2 colorless mana. Very cool card. Beastmaster Ascension. It's 2+1 green. Enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks, you may put a quest counter on Beastmaster Ascension. As long as Beastmaster Ascension has 7 or more quest counters on it, creatures you control get +5/+5. That is a crazy card to have, especially with trample and the amount of drones that you have on the battlefield. Do a load of damage with that card. Soul Ring! Epic card. Every deck has one. If they don't, why not? It's basically 1 to cast and tap it to add 2 colors to your mana pool. Great card to have in this deck, especially with all the colors cards. Planar Bridge, 6 mana to cast. It's a legendary artifact. Its ability is 8 costing. Tap it, search your library for a permanent card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Absolutely crazy card to have in a eldrazi deck. You've got lots of big ass creatures you can put on the battlefield. Mind Stone, it's 2 to cast. You can add 1 colorless if you wish. Obviously you're going to use that. 1 and tap it to sacrifice Mind Stone to draw a card if you need to have extra cards in your hand, or if you need to pull some. Monument is full. It's 2+2 green to cast. It's an instant. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Not a problem in this deck. You're sacrificing a lot of drones. You draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then gain life equal to its toughness. Maybe you want to sacrifice a bigger creature to have its full effect. That's totally up to you. Titan's Presence is 3 to cast. It's an instant. As an additional cost to cast Titan's Presence, reveal a colourless creature card from your hand. Not bad. It's a colourless and green and red deck. Exile target creature. If its power is less than or equal to the revealed card's power. Having a big eldrazi creatures in there, you're looking at probably 7+ to counter, so that's all good. Spawning Breath is 1+1 red to cast. Spawning Breath is an instant. Deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Put a 0/1 color eldrazi creature and token into the battlefield. Not a bad way to do it. Even if you just want to do 1 damage, bam, you've got a token to use. Cool of Scoins. It's a 2+1 green. It's got the Void. It's a sorcery. Put 2 1/1 colors eldrazi scoring creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have sacrifice at 1 to your mana pool. Nice mana ramp there as well. From Beyond. Costs 3 and 1 green to cast. An enchantment. Has the Void. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 colors eldrazi scoring creature token onto the battlefield. Very handy to have. Play 1 and 1 green, sacrifice From Beyond. Search your library for an eldrazi card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. Very nice search card there. Warping Well is 1/1 colorless cast. Choose 1. Exile target creature with power toughness 1 or less. Counter target sorcery spell, or put a 1/1 colorless eldrazi scoring creature onto the battlefield. Great card to have. Amazing abilities. Even you only get to choose 1. Very handy at the time. Skittering Invasion. 7 to cast. Put 5 1/1 colorless eldrazi spawn creature tokens into play. Nice. Very more mana ramp later on in the game because it's 7 to cast. Not of the World. 7 to cast is the eldrazi tribal instant. Counter target spell or ability that targets a permanent you control. Not of this World costs 7 less to cast if targets a spell or ability that targets a creature you control with 7 or greater. Very nice. We have Komodo's Reach, 2 and 1 green to cast, search library for up to 2 basic land cards. Fill those cards, put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Beast Within, it costs 2 and 1 green, destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token. Nice spot removal. Alright, gives them a 3/3 green beast creature, but still getting rid of some threat. Fires a Yavimaya. 1 red, 1 green to cast. Creatures you control have haste. Sacrifice fires of Yavimaya. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Nice way to boost up a creature if you need to. Second harvest, 2/2 green to cast. It's an instant. For each token you control, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that permanent. Double all your mana generators, double the mana, double the attack damage. Very nice card. Cryptolith Fragment. Couldn't even say that then. 3 mana to cast. Cryptolith Fragment enters the battlefield tapped. You can add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. Each player loses 1 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if each player has 10 or less life, transform Cryptolith Fragment. It's a 1/4 to start with. And when it transforms, if I can get this out, bear with me. It's just stuck. Okay. So when it transforms into Aurora of Emrakul. It's a reflection. Flying Death Touch. It's a 1/4. Whenever Aurora of Emrakul attacks, each opponent loses 3 life. So it literally triples the damage when it transforms. Rampant Growth. 1 and 1 green. Search lobby for a basic land card. Put that onto the battlefield tapped and shuffle. Great piece to have in the deck. Zendikar Resurgent. 5 and 2 green. It's an enchantment. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana to your mana pool of that any type that land could reduce. And whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. So basically it's doubling your mana and you get to draw a card. Great card to have. Some mana ramp Commander Sphere. It's 3 to cast. You tap it to add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool that your commander's colour identity. Sacrifice Commander Sphere, draw a card. Never mana ramp and draw a card. Brood Birthing. It's 1 and 1 red to cast. If you control eldrazi spawn, put 3 0/1 colourless eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put 1 of those tokens. So it's a win-win situation. You get 1 or 3. Cultivate, staple any deck. 2/1 green. Search lobby for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand and shuffle. Return of the Wild Speaker. 4 and 1 green to cast. You get to choose 1. It's an instant. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. Or non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. Big boost there for your creatures. Growth Spasm is 2+ green to cast. It's a sorcery. Search lobby for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle. Create a 0/1 colours creature. So basically you can search for land and create a scoring creature as well with that one. All is Dust. Very nice card. 7 to cast. It's a trouble sorcery eldrazi. Each player sacrifices all coloured permanents he or she controls. Pretty much like a board wipe, but mainly for multicoloured creatures. Quicksilver Amulet. 4 to cast. It's an artifact. So if you pay 4 to tap it, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Great with the big 10/10, 12/12 Eldrazi's that cost quite a bit of mana. Boom, onto the battlefield. Idol of Oblivion. 2 to cast. Is an artifact. So basically you can draw a card. Activate only if you create a token this turn. Obviously you're creating tokens nearly every turn. You pay 8 and sacrifice Idol of Oblivion to create a 10/10 colourless Eldrazi creature. Very nice card to have. Right, I'm going to quickly run through the lands on this deck. You've got some basic lands. You've got Sanctum of Ujin to add 1 colourless mana. Or whenever you cast a curse spell with current mana 7 or greater, you may sacrifice Ujin. If you do, search lobby for a colourless creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. Nice card. Got some mountains there. You've got Blighted Woodland, very nice card to have for a colourless, or it's got an ability. Mountains, more mountains. Just run for these. Pinecrest Ridge, add 1 colourless, or you can add a red or green, but it doesn't untap. During next untap step. Dual land again, Wooded Ridgeline, Crit Spears, cool card to have in any deck. Some more basic lands. You got Bonder's Enclave, Crystal Grotto, Eldrazi Temple, Pinecrest Ridge, Highland Forest, Temple of the False God. I believe that's Invasion. Great card, great artwork on that one. Forest, Spawning Bed, great card to have in any Eldrazi deck. Mishra's Foundry, one of the new ones from Brothers of War. My Red Landscape, Cassic Wolf Run, Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. Very nice in the colourless deck. There you go, guys. Well, that was my Gruul Eldrazi deck with Raggadragga. If you can see that. Any questions? Leave them in the links below. Any suggestions on what cards you would add in or take away? I hope to see you on the next video. I hope you all have a good day. I will see you again soon.